Hi, today we're going to use the pattern that's shown in the Song of Song chapter 1 verse 12 to give us some answers to some of our deepest questions. This verse speaks to our need for significance and to know our worth. As we unlock this verse together today, we're going to see the unveiling of God's plan toward you. We discover that God invites you to a place of extravagant provision and that his intentions towards you are filled with love. We see that this beautiful pattern is woven through your own story and also through his. And the implications are intended to change your world. We want to note today that the speaker of this verse is the female main character who represents us. And we read, "While the king was at his table, my perfume spread its fragrance." So to start today, we're going to look at the reference to the dining table. And we know in the natural and still today in our culture that the table is a place where we come and eat, we sit together, we share company with others, and our bodies are nourished in this place. Now in the spiritual, the metaphor for a king's table is that of an abundance of spiritual nourishment and refreshment. Fellowship with God takes place here. Now further in the Song of Song, in chapter 2 verse 4, we read that he brought me to his banqueting table and his intention was love toward me. Now there's another layer of significance for us to understand in relation to the particular table in this verse. To understand that, we need to remember that the Song of Song is about the romantic love of a couple who are journeying together towards a partnership or a marriage. Now in the Jewish tradition, a father and son would take a cup at a betrothal supper, so at a table, and they would drink from the cup, and then offering the same cup to the intended bride, the engagement would be sealed when she accepted the betrothal cup and she drank from it. Now this act of drinking from the cup signified that she was now set apart as bride for the son. Now the son would return home to his father's house to prepare a room that would become the couple's new home. And when this room was prepared, he would return and collect his bride. Another related Jewish tradition was the payment of a bridal price. Now we know that in this verse, what we're talking about is a king's table. And we can anticipate that at the table of the king, there is an extravagant display of provision and celebration. And when a king is to be betrothed, the bridal price to be paid would have been significant. Now in scripture, we read about an event that we now call the Last Supper, where Jesus sat down at the table and he drank from his cup and then he offered it to his disciples and he asked each to drink in order to seal a covenant or a promise. Jesus spoke about a price that he was about to pay through his death for the complete restoration of our separation from God. The bridal price was about to be paid. Jesus paid the highest price that could be paid. And during the practice of communion, you're invited to take the cup and to drink it, remembering the price that's been paid to set you apart for him. Now consider, if the king has paid the highest price possible for you, the reasoning suggests that according to him, you're worth it. When we grasp this, our heart responds with a release of worship and wonder of this extravagant provision of love. And our worship is released into the atmosphere around us, just like perfume. Our verse finishes with the words, "My perfume spread its fragrance." Or in other words, it's my worship shifted the atmosphere and brought about change. What a truth to think on. Now, each time that we meet, we look at a verse and I include an activation for your day or your coming week. And today I just invite you to spend some time in worship. It may be through music or dance or a drawing. It might be going for a walk or moving your body. And it might be through taking photos, writing in your diary, through hospitality or giving a gift to someone. However your own heart wishes to release its fragrance of worship, do that. In conclusion, I believe that the King declares that you are extremely valuable to him, that he invites you into an extravagant table of provision and nourishment and celebration, and that his intention towards you is to form a partnership of love toward you and to be loved by you. Further, we know Jesus himself told us in John 14 that he had gone to prepare a room for you in his Father's house. In 1 Corinthians 11, we read that you're invited to drink from the cup, and in doing so, you announce the price that Jesus paid to make you his until he comes again. And in Revelation 5, we read of the outpouring and responsive worship that is given to Jesus because of the bridal price that he paid to make you his. I believe that this truth is going to change the atmosphere of your life, and it'll pour out into the lives of those who are in your circle. So as you worship now, allow yourself to join with multitude of others throughout time and history who respond to this truth with the words, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and wealth and wisdom and strength and honor and glory and praise." And then I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and on the sea and all that is in them, saying, "To him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be praise and honor and glory and power forever and ever." Now, my further reading suggestions for this week are John 14, verse 2 and 3, Matthew 26, verse 26 to 30 from the Passion Translation, Revelation 5, verse 11 to 14, and Mark 14, verse 1 to 9. My song suggestion for this week can be found in the video description, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can just click the song found on the left-hand side of this screen. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.